Now, I'm going to talk about typical problems in engineering fields. So far, I have taken care of a lot of research papers written by students from various engineering fields. What I have noticed through this activity is that there's kind of two categories of their research interests. Here, I'm going to call the system of interest in research uh, as research system. Uh, so one of the category, the research system is artificial object or things. So many of the, I think probably 70 or 80% of researches in engineering field. Of course, this is only based on my experience, focusing on artificial object or things. Then, what is the positive state generated from artificial object or things must be something, some behavior that promotes the human activities. And but in this case, the negative state generated from the system is cost, a kind of cost, such as resource, energy, burden, time, money, environmental problems. So I think typical example of this category of research system is automobile and artificial satellites and composite material battery architecture. This is what I mean, kind of artificial object here. Then the other type of problem dealt in research in engineering field is model of a phenomena. I mean, research system is model of phenomena. So when I talk about you must be working on some system, some of the students has complained that my my research is about theory, so my research cannot be applied to actually what Torit says, what the template of problem defined by Torit. But what I would like to stress here is that so in such case, if you think you are doing such kind of research activity, so your research system must be model of phenomena, right? And model of phenomena also has a positive state. So the positive state of model of phenomena must be predicting the behavior of natural phenomena or accurately. So what a human being want to do is we perfectly want to predict what's going to happen in the world, but we cannot. That's the reason why there are many researchers, especially in the field of science, working on such kind of research activity. But model of a phenomena should also have negative state. But it's quite easy to determine what is the negative state of model of phenomena. So it must be the gap between the reality and the prediction. Right? The reason why human beings think about model of phenomena is, as I mentioned, because we want to predict the future. But actually it's impossible, or partially possible, but sometimes there should be the gap between the reality and the prediction. So in many cases, the model which was invented by our ancestors cannot perfectly apply to predict certain phenomena. So the model cannot be applied under certain condition. That's the reason why you are doing such kind of research activity. And of course, I think this kind of research activity is okay. But what I would like to stress here is that if you think you are doing this kind of research activity, I strongly recommend you to think about why predicting the behavior of the phenomena is positive. So I'm not sure. I'm from mechanical engineering. I'm from engineering field. So I don't know much about the scientists, the motivation of the scientists doing research. But as one of the researchers in the field of engineer, I do believe that even if you are doing this kind of research activity, you should be able to explain why predicting the behavior of the phenomena is positive. And probably, yeah, it should be applicable for promoting human activities. So that means, yeah, if we successfully complete a model of a phenomena, so it can be applied to some convenient artificial things. So what I would like to stress through this session is that probably your research interest, the problem which you are trying to solve through your research, could be both of them, depending on how you think. But what I would like you to do is, well, it may be better for you to determine which stance, which kind of problem you are going to state that you have solved through your research activity. So if you fail to decide which one, which categories you are going to state you have solved through your research activity, you may get confused when you are writing a paper. So that's the reason why you should. So that's the reason why I have introduced these two categories of problem, which I recognized through my experience. Anyway, this is all for this session. Thank you for listening.